Okay, part three. The end of this match, we have Jeff Hardy sort of wandering around the ring looking really distressed, and I wasn't sure what all that meant. I felt like this might be heading towards a retirement storyline where Jeff Hardy, he's getting so frustrated that he says if he doesn't win the title this time he's going to retire, of course because Jeff's thinking about leaving and all that stuff. That's just the way it looked to me. The way he was standing in the ring, I was kind of expecting The Miz to come out then and just start mocking Hardy to get some extra heel heat. Of course, we know The Miz is better on the mic than he is in the ring. But yeah, that was that. Jeff eventually left the ring. And then we have John Cena versus The Miz. And Michael Cole introduces this and he says, "Up next, John Cena's in action." I was like, this isn't Raw. This is a fucking pay-per-view. It's not John Cena's in action. It's John Cena's taking on The Miz in a very important match. That's what it's supposed to be. But yes. There was actually a really good promo before this match. The promo advertising this match. It was better than the match. And it lasted like 4 minutes, which the match could definitely have used. But it was a good promo. Cena gets a big pop. You can say what you want about Cena, but him being in a match ensures that there's going to be a great atmosphere in the arena. You know, some people booing him, some people cheering them, and people always complain about the lack of atmosphere, you know, post the Attitude Era when everything was glorious. But you know, there was a great atmosphere in this match. Yeah, this was 6 minutes, as I said, and The Miz didn't look that impressive. Cena dominates at the start. He does some things you barely ever see him do, and the King describes it as a wrestling clinic. And, you know, you'd ask for your money back if you went to a John Cena wrestling clinic, because let's face it, he's not the greatest in-ring performer, you know. He's pretty bad at this stuff, but he dominates The Miz early on. He telegraphs a back body drop and The Miz kicks him in the face, and then John Cena shakes his head. I quite like that. I actually quite liked all of this. I would have quite liked this if John Cena had done all this, I don't give a shit about The Miz, and The Miz had just kicked the shit out of him for 12 minutes or something, and then Cena wins. I'm fine with that. But, you know, as it was, The Miz kicked the shit out of him for about 2 minutes. He worked on Cena's neck. He did a reasonably good job of it, but it wasn't anything world-breaking. The crowd are booing whenever Cena punches The Miz, and then at the end, shoulder blocks, powerbomb thing. I've wanted to do this for a long time. You can't see me. And then FU position, and I foolishly thought, oh, The Miz is just going to get out of this. He's not going to get FU'd this early. FU'd, and then Cena didn't cover him immediately, so I foolishly thought, oh, right, he's going to show him disrespect by not covering him, and this match is going to go on. No, he just puts him in the STF. Or whatever the hell's called, and The Miz just taps out. Fucking shit. What the fuck was that? What was the point? I don't get this. You've done this feud for 3 fucking months, and all you've wanted to achieve from it is to make The Miz look like an idiot. What a disgrace. I mean, what's The Miz going to do from here? Who's he going to wrestle now? I don't understand it. Is he going to become like... I can't even see him being an upper mid-carder anymore. He's going to become a lower mid-carder after this feud. That was a fucking joke. But yeah, it should have been a lot longer to begin with. Right, this meant that there were 40 minutes left for the 3 Stages of Hell match. And there was about, by the way, at the end of this pay-per-view, there was about 10 minutes with nothing in it that could have been in the Cena-Miz match, but whatever. Michael Cole said, this is in a sense a 2 out of 3 falls match. That's exactly what it is, Michael. There is nothing special about this. This is, you know, I dubbed this before the 3 stages of boredom match, right? And it is. Let's face the fact. These stipulations are not interesting. A regular match, whatever, a Falls Count Anywhere match, and a stretcher match. Any episode of TNA Impact would probably contain those 3 matches, alright? I mean, that is not special in any way. At least the last 3 Stages of Hell was Shawn Michaels, and it was a ladder match and a Hell in a Cell match. Those matches have some kind of prestige about them. A Falls Count Anywhere match and a stretcher match. That's fucking shit. They showed a sign for Triple H, and it was Triple H, and they'd written words next to it, and it said, hammer, headache, humbled. Who wrote that sign? A child who only knows 3 words that start with H? That was a terrible sign. Why did anyone show that? Anyway, Triple H gets some boos, which I enjoyed. And Michael Cole said, my second favourite line on commentary of all time, he said, and remember, this is a wrestling match. Thanks for that, Michael. That's a great help. By the way, my first favourite is Vince McMahon during a match, The Undertaker versus The Undertaker at SummerSlam 93, I think it is. He says, nothing is happening in the middle of the match when nothing is happening. He just says, nothing is happening. You don't say that, Vince. And he shouts at the commentators these days. But I'm no person to judge Triple H matches, because I hate Triple H. But I feel this is one of his better matches. I thought this was a pretty good match, actually. I'll have to see what other people think of it to see. But I think objectively it was a good match. Much better than anything him and Orton have done for ages in this feud. I mean, it's been atrocious. They start off with the regular match, and it's really boring, and I expected it to be really boring. And Triple H goes for a pedigree, and Orton just works his leg, and it's really dull. Triple H gets thrown to the outside, and he's lying against the ring apron for some time. I think everyone knows that means they're picking a weapon, and he just hits Orton with a steel chair and gets DQ'd. Which I was like, the commentators played up as though he was doing something really clever here, and I was like, no, that's fucking idiotic. Yeah, but then Triple H just abuses him with the steel chair some more. This is a Falls Count Anywhere match, remember. So Orton rolls out of the ring, so he's about 2 feet from the ring, and gets pedigreed by Triple H. So there's your Falls Count Anywhere match. And Orton, Triple H wins the second fall, so it's 1-1. Which means basically this isn't a 3 Stages of Hell match. This is a 20-minute stretcher match. That's all it is. And it was actually a fairly good stretcher match. I don't mind stretcher matches. There's a lot of potential with the stretcher just coming down the ramp. It happened quite a lot. Triple H almost got ran over by it. And Triple H and Orton were on the stretcher and it went veering off the stage. And Orton fell to the ground and was clearly really, really hurt by it. He was swearing. It's very good. They get into the ring and they do some steel step stuff, which is not very good. They do some stuff with the guardrail. They expose the guardrail. Why the guardrail isn't exposed to begin with, I have no idea. But they expose it, and Triple H gets thrown on it in some quite painful looking ways. And someone in the front row, I heard, tried to start a holy shit chant, but no one was interested because it wasn't that impressive. Lots of stuff happens. Triple H, Orton DDTs Triple H from the stretcher onto the ramp. That was very good. He goes for the punt but accidentally kicks the stretcher. Triple H goes for the pedigree and gets back body dropped, and Orton pushes him up to the top of the ramp but doesn't get over the line. Triple H pedigrees Orton onto the ramp and is going to win easily, of course, as usual, because Triple H has to look ridiculously strong in losing. Then Cody Rhodes stops him, and I like this. And the reason I like this is because Cody Rhodes wasn't made to look like a bitch. Like, Cody Rhodes actually held his own for a bit with Triple H. Then Triple H manhandled him. He's about to push Orton over the line again, so this is twice now he will have won this match in his head. And then DiBiase comes out and he attacks Triple H, and then Legacy both try and attack Triple H, and they actually get the job done. I couldn't believe it. They just kicked the shit out of him. He was on the ground. Eventually, this is the bit I didn't like in this match. Triple H uncovers a bit of the stage and brings out his sledgehammer. Why you can uncover the stage, I have no idea. Triple H gets his sledgehammer out and just hits Rhodes and DiBiase with it. And then he's going to hit Orton. Orton low blows him. I forget how this ends. Well, Orton low blows him. I don't know. He might do the RKO or something. Anyway, he puts him on the stretcher and pushes him over the line. That's the end of the match. Orton wins. Fair enough. I thought that was fairly well booked. I actually thought it was fairly interesting. I don't really think it was a 3 Stages of Hell match. It was actually a stretcher match. But I thought it was fairly good. Triple H gets up, of course, hits Orton with the sledgehammer, and then his music plays, because he's the star of the show, and wow, look, Triple H won. No, he didn't. He fucking lost, okay? Because everyone realizes Orton's much better than him. But yeah, they actually did realize that, and they didn't have Triple H win, which made me happy. So, overall, this was a pretty good pay-per-view. Jericho vs. Mysterio was definitely the match of the night. Probably followed by Triple H Orton. I didn't think I'd say that. Punk, Jeff Hardy, almost very good. Just not booked quite right. And The Miz versus John Cena, that was a disgrace. Tell me what you think. Please comment, please rate this video, and please subscribe if you wish. Okay, bye.